Yeah.
I know who
Violence
you are.
always be the solution?
When was the last time you didn't Smurf?
Fuck. Well, I mean, this week, in between Smurfing, I play to keep up my skill. But yeah, I don't play on my non-Smurf accounts enough, I think.
Stop the payload.
Okay, so this is weird. Where are they?
I like who you're playing. I don't know. It's so annoying to play the double shield here.
Yeah. And
There's.
I always try to get an off angle in places like try and catch flankers, especially on this map. Here I missed my hook on the tracer, I think.
So. Oh, shoot. I dropped something. So playing up here is good because it gives you this off angle. And also lets you, like, once they push under the bridge to hook here.
Yeah.
You can also just play here. Because again, you have the off angle hook of here. But you also have, if any flankers, you're able to peel for your supports.
Yeah, those are exactly the two places I play. Either I play over there at the far left or right up there. And then once it gets around that point, I start pushing back a bit because they can start pulling us down. And
So, one more thing is you can also play, like, I don't know, it's not the best, but playing here. So if you know they're gonna have a wrecking ball or like a widowmaker, widows like to grapple up onto here sometimes,
mhm.
and balls will just take this flank angle, and you can easily mark the ball there.
Yeah, I've done that where I stand on top of the railing and then wait for them to hook up there. But the problem is I always get sometimes I get slept and or naded. I'm like, well,
Oh, I got you. Sorry, I'm hitting the flank. Okay, here's how you kind of playing mid, which is it's so unfortunate.
you know, we lost so many. Like at this point, I had to I was dead.
So at that point, I don't know. The only thing that you could possibly have done, here, I'll let it go,
Go
is
under and around.
is go like through the mega room to here, and it's so easy to hit this flank and to kill a support in any rank, I swear.
I had in fact, in this exact map, I killed that Zen that usually gets behind. In fact, I might do it in this game. It might be this game because I think we hold this. Yeah, I don't know why I tried to put that.
Oh.
Yeah, see the Zen there? I think I get him when they push next.
We'll see. Okay. There. The only thing I'm wondering, like, that was, you're doing. There's nothing wrong with not going for it, but how come you didn't go for the hook on the widow?
Let's see. Go back. Let me see. Let's see. Maybe I can put myself back in my mind here. I think it's because I had low HP and the Zen had tapped me. Yeah. See, I was 200 HP. So at that point,
okay.
the Zen had already discorded me, and I was like, yeah. See, I was 100, and I was like, you know what? I know she was up top, and I could have flicked down at her, but
See, I'm talking about, like, like when she's at the top, at the apex of when she grapples. Like it's it not only it kind of looks cool when you hook a widow at a grapple, like, but it's also their movement. Same thing with Bab, like that they don't have that much to move. See there, okay, had you pushed the tracer, like even if you did know the tracer's there, but had you pushed that angle a little bit, you would have been able to make space for your team by either gaining information, because they have walls, so they're gonna kite you perfectly. Alright, here you need to have died. Like, yeah,
so I get this.
Yeah, you definitely killed the Zen here. Are we slowed down?
Yeah. You're 0.75. I was like, why does it feel
I had
so...
no idea. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, in fact, I shouldn't even try to vape here. I should have just died fast.
Yeah, you actually should have died a long time ago. Okay, here, I want to see where you're going. Okay.
So, I destroy the bongo. Oh, I did.
One thing that I definitely do wrong, and one thing that is really important, is getting good use out of your ultimates. And so after every ult, I like to go back and think, why did I ult there?
Well, here's my thinking on ult is that you get them so fast that if you can secure one pick, and I thought maybe because I thought I saw him shift, I was like maybe I could get him.
Okay.
And that's why I was gonna. I like if I can get one pick. I throw it out there because you get them so fast. I get them like
Yeah.
within the first minute, and I was like, if I can secure one kill, a big kill like a tank or support, I'd be willing for it. Here, I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw him shift, but obviously shift, and then he got nano. So
No, you're fine. If what's going through your mind there is that you thought he shifted, then that was a very, very good open. I mean, it turned out that he had shifted, but that was good. I like the way you're thinking there. Okay, so here playing cart is like, I don't know. So there are a couple of things you can do. Like playing cart when you have their main tank dead is fine, but also going for, you know,
I hang up. I hang out in that top. If you, most games I hang up in this room,
like
especially
here.
when, up there,
Yeah.
and I try to get a cheeky pick here, or I always keep this zone clear from like snipers and anyone that get up here. I usually sit right here in between, so I can go back and forth.
Okay.
And it gives me good cover, like I said. And then when a team fight ends, I go over there and just wait to see if I can. Like obviously, I'm not peeking all the time because oh my god, getting slept there sucks. But
So, okay. No, I actually really like that. I definitely agree. I think that when you do kill one of their tanks and you don't have your hook cooldown, like taking the angle when your hook is on cooldown, so that when you peek up top either there or there, you could just free hook on a support or when somebody's not looking at you. Like that.
Especially,
That's
go ahead.
no. Like that. That's the thing about Hog. Like if the enemies don't know where you are, you're making space because they're scared.
They're scared of the hook. Yeah. As soon as you throw your hook and they know you're out for 8 seconds, they're a little freer. But that's what I tell people. Hog's main space maker is his hook. If people think you have it, they don't know where you're at. Oh yeah, you make a lot of space.
So one thing about this Sigma, do you ever
jump?
So yeah, you do jump.
Yeah, for some reason I noticed that in this game I wasn't jumping much, but if I would have jumped, I probably could have killed him there.
Yeah, especially with the Discord.
Yeah, I realized that. It's like,
oh, okay, hold on here.
Yeah, I have good hook flicks. It's just like sometimes
and the really good ults.
Yeah, like if you notice I try to keep my like one thing I've noticed is that a lot of, like, for instance, Romani, like he's like jittery on his aim, but I'm like super, unless I need to like do something quick, like I take it chill, you know what I mean? Like if you notice like my like, and I always thought, man, maybe I should be more like twitchy, like around like kind of like, okay, that was better, but
I'm sometimes twitchy, sometimes not. I don't think
I used to try to be that way too, because then you get lazy aim and stuff. Because when you get lazy, it makes it harder, right? But I noticed too that I have to take it chill until I need to. Like I can do like flick after flick, and oh yeah, this was lost right here.
That's literally fine. Just like that cart. You probably shouldn't have even tried to heal. Although again, that's the
one thing I need to. Yeah, that's one thing I needed to. I think get better. Once I can't feed him another 300 HP. Like I should just die. And that's one thing why I do that though is I always end up getting at least one more pick, which kind of slows down their snowball.
Yeah, again, I don't think there's anything wrong, especially with the changes to the ult charge. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with hitting that E besides there's this small chance. Okay,
I know how to do that. I'm telling you, I know how to do that. I do that so every often for some reason. Sometimes I just like
You're fine. You're fine.
Like watch, I'll get back up.
The best place to position, in my opinion, is like right here.
Yeah, that's where I love to say, because I can keep these guys off this point right here, this little like turn. And then I could also pick up supports like from the. In fact, I might even pick up one here if I remember correctly.
And then like you also have this drop down angle with the mega, which is a little harder to. It's definitely a little harder to hit this hook.
Yeah, I usually don't try, especially if the payload's there. But I usually come up and then pull, because usually when they're turning into, you see where the Sigma is. Sometimes the support like stay behind a bit. and I pull them in and I get a free hook and I just get back. Especially if I get the Ana, I tend to flank from here. Like if I see that the Ana is like hard scoping, which a lot of times they are in these fights, I'm able to get her off in the back.
I
Um,
gotcha.
and
I
then
gotcha.
and then I go back. If I miss, I'm dead because I get sleptinated, and
Um,
it sucks.
one one more thing I can say. This angle, like the by the mega, is very very good for spawn camping. So people will definitely, when they're coming out of spawn, typically are either looking main or up. They very rarely are looking there. And you can come out to like this corner if the card has made it around that corner and just easily spawn camp, and you're back to like, either continue on the behind or play main.
Yeah.
Like this angle I feel like is so good. You almost never I say almost never. You almost never want to go. I think you understand, like, play by
Yeah,
the other
here is
mega.
too. Yeah.
It's just too open.
Yeah. There we go. First try. Oh, and the unlucky.
I mean, you got nano out. Like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, that's not a terrible nano, but it's. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh. Nice.
And I just like to pop pellets from up here because it's easy to get free shots, even with double shield and stuff. I don't know what I was trying to hook the Sigma. Maybe just to get him out of the.
No, that's fine. Hook on the Sigma. This ult seems really good. Although I feel like. Okay. So I definitely noticed that last time you ulted, you stepped up on, you like jumped onto the payload. And one thing that does matter is, because like I noticed you do it, is
see that one?
That was clean, yes. But no offense, but you do kind of, and a lot of people do brainlessly just hold W when they hold hog.
Yeah.
Like that you can definitely like do small strafes and with the hog, and you have to be like super aware when you're holding.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, instead of just yeah, it's easy to get.
It's definitely better. It's better to live through whole hog and get no value than to get like a kill in trade and die in.
Yeah. Yeah, D.Va's always usually priority because she can.
So here, now that you like demag D.Va, I don't know if you do this, but hitting this backwards flank angle again, because the cart's around this corner, like that's just it's a little tough now that there's rally, but that's just a dead Ana. That's just
with rally I usually don't because she has armor and that's just gonna. But I might. I tend to, depending how things are looking, I usually.
It's definitely best to like now that the D.Va has no mag. Get an angle by flanking. It's like this whole hog.
I wanted to get Soldier off of our team because he was up here. Oh, still got him.
One thing that whole hog is good for is just you can kill the mech before D.Va has a chance to do anything while she's in the remech animation.
Yeah, I always do that too. If I can catch her, because she takes all damage and then she'll remech instantly.
Okay, I assume nothing happened. I didn't miss anything.
Nah, I think yeah. I mean, this is a loss, so that's why I brought it in.
This game's a loss.
Yeah, I gave you 2 losses because I'm like, okay, what could I have done more, or what could I have done different to prevent the loss? Because I mean, on the wins, I can see where I did well and even my faults, but sometimes.
Okay. On attack, there are a couple things that I personally believe are the best places to start on hog. Coming up these, I definitely think that coming up the stairs here is your best course of action, and based because you can jump on this thing and hit a hook. Very rarely are you gonna do that, but it gives you the possibility of. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say no. Go ahead.
Okay, it gives you like the possibility of this flank and then making this jump, so you can, it's a little awkward, especially Their Zen is in such a good spot, so you probably wouldn't be able to get this angle on the Ana.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I feel like that's okay. So I always catch. Maybe it's because I always catch the hogs that go up there. Like I hook them in and they die. Like that's why I never go up there because I'm like I don't want to do the same thing I'm doing to them. And then on that bridge, I guess once we get past a certain angle, I feel like that's too exposed, especially if they have another hog and I get pulled in.
Okay.
And double shields. That's why my thinking is like to try to get an off angle. Like this bottom one, I could have pulled if I was a little closer. I could have probably pulled Sigma down, and then that probably would have forced um, Orisa to come down and help him, or he dies.
I got you.
So that's my thinking anyway. I usually do either come up these stairs you see over here, right there on the far left over here, where the widows usually. I stand on top of that, and I can pull one of the DPS sometimes, and I kill him, and then I go back. Like I stand up on top of this, right, that wall right there.
Where you are, like what you're saying, I really like that idea. However, if you go up the stairs here, no, I'm not assuming you're going as bad. I just, and you can disagree. Like, tell me if you disagree. But I personally like coming up the stairs because it gives you the chance of this left angle. If they're just playing that dumb shit, you can just hit the exact same hook angle from right here.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, also if they're on like a regular comp, you can like it gives you the chance at either the same exact angle or the chance at flanking onto the high ground.
So what happens if they all turn and try to?
They don't really like you kind of jump down. You can jump onto this and then back up. They don't really turn because if you're here and they try to chase you, your team's there. There's so much open space. You're fine. You're not gonna die. You're also hog.
Okay. Oh, that's the thing too. Especially I knew they had an Ana, so I try not to go open space too much because that's one of the things about. I feel like in some of the elos that I play is that they're nade happy all the time, like or slept, and then they get more value than they should out of it so that's why I tend to.
Oh man, that was like that might work in the lower stuff, but I say lower in the what is this, a 3900 lobby?
Yeah, about 30. Yeah, 38.
So actually, all right, like I don't know if that matters, but what you did, so you can actually heal earlier than you just did. If while you're in the shoot animation, you hold E, you'll heal faster. Like sometimes, like if you get a kill with the shot that while you're holding, or you get a kill with the shot that you're holding E through. Sometimes you'll start healing before the healing animation begins. Then it'll do like a little animation glitch skip. Like you still heal the same amount, but I'm just saying you can heal like a tiny amount earlier, and that actually can be super important. Well, not because like it's a small amount of healing, just because the half damage goes in quicker. So you're in a very, very good spot. You're controlling the open a lot. Probably don't want to hook when what's it called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trans.
So that's the third time you've jumped on cart in whole hog, and Bob is really. That's the third time mid whole hog you just jumped on cart. I don't know if you do that often. Do you know, or is it just like?
No, I think it's just because when I was playing around the cart, I guess I could have used the cover since I could see D.Va flying from. But I thought I was trying to get more pellets, but I mean it doesn't. I don't think I really was.
That's the thing about whole hog. Like you definitely need to know what's on your left and on your right. So here you're taking a really weird. Like it's a weird angle, but it's a good angle, and it's so.
I always love controlling this top because once I get this. I mean, obviously, right now I kind of.
There's no way. There's no way to Ana double shield you're getting that, especially with they have Ana Zen double shield. Like this might on this map, which might be like one of the hardest things for you to do. And so what you can do is just like push the cart a little bit. Force them to reposition. Slightly, maybe if they let you into their mega, like if they let you into their mega as hog, you win, and you live and you make it like up here. You just when you know you have access to going all the way behind the Widow, and you know they'll be counter kiting you, which just makes it so that's a very large amount of space.
Yeah,
like I know the flank you're looking at. You're looking at going on that staircase up there. That shit will work. I hate it, but it never works.
It's double shield, man. Okay, yeah. I mean, playing against double shields already hard enough as it is, without playing double shields and then on a hog. Yeah, I was trying to make one of those, basically forcing hog. I know that I could have swapped too, because I could play other tanks, but hog is my favorite one just because he just can do so much on his own.
Oh, yeah, hog is most of the time like you have the most control of the game, in the sense that if you do absolutely nothing, you lose.
Purples, yeah.
And if you do a large amount, yeah, here you're kind of just playing man. That's unlucky hook miss. That's a very good kill though. So here you're probably gonna want to push up. Hopefully you go on a killing spree and you do. Nice.
Yeah, I usually know when to start pushing aggressively once they lose a certain amount. Oh, I think I died here actually.
Yeah, you definitely.
Because of the Zen, which is unlucky. Dude, this is why Overwatch 2 is gonna be ass unless they do something with the supports. Because one tank versus a Zen Nana is just kind of butt. Like you're just constantly discording.
Oh, you died.
Yeah, there's a Zen kill though.
Nah, it's okay.
So here, I'm kind of wondering, maybe it's because I was playing with the ball, but I usually don't mind playing with balls, but like, I think I do get a kill here.
I personally like. My favorite comps are ball hog balls. Yeah.
I do like, yeah, I usually like balls. I think, yeah, like I said, kills was a good decent whole hog. I was trying to get hurt, but I got the Zen.
No, that was a very good flank. Like, you know, once they no longer have the Orisa, the worst thing that can happen is get anti-slept or like a diva in your face, and neither of that was happening. So you're fine. Here, I like this angle.
Yeah, I love taking high ground from up, but then there's a Nana diva. That's the worst people to be up there.
I definitely.
Oh, I got pushed.
You know how I said you should. That hook probably cost you your life.
Yeah, that did.
Although I think he probably he might. There's a good chance he just would have died even after the hook. Having fun, are we now?
Dude, some games is just like this. Especially, you know, surprisingly, I get slept and naded more in lower elos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know why. It's like I don't get, because they waste. I mean, I know why they're wasting their resources and they die instantly to another flanker because they're like, hey, let me sleep the hog that's like half a map away. Let me go sleep them, and suddenly they get a Genji or a Tracer on them. They're like, what the fuck, T?
So positioning on attack when the cart's in this spot against the main tank, which is the main tank doesn't matter, but against like a Diva Anna, kind of like you really have to just play cart. It's so boring.
And I think I actually do play cart a little bit.
Yeah, I get you. So I'm so bad at cutting people off, so I'm trying to...
No, it's fine. Okay. I'm glad that. She's so close, right? I think that's fun too. I feel like you're like there's not a lot of follow up on your hooks, but you get hooked and you get every single CC. It's like.
Well, your team has 0 CC.
Yeah.
Make it. Unlucky. That might be wrong.
Yeah, she got some decent res.
I don't. Yeah. Again, that's one of the things where like. It's better.
So unlucky. The guy was actually starting to fume here.
So like, actually, on the soldier, you could have waited a little bit more before shooting him, like so you can get even closer and like do more damage.
So he was nanoed and had disc or had harmony.
I don't think he had Discord.
He had harmony.
When you shot him. Yeah.
So I feel like he still probably would have survived. Like no, I guess it would have been a one-shot kill.
No, you would never have one-shot him, but you could have like done more than a very small amount. I don't know. It's not something that would have probably helped in that scenario, but it might help sometimes.
I think that's where. I think that's.
Waiting for the.
Yeah, I was already gonna get out because I was like, okay, we lost this.
Oh.
Victory.
Yeah.